here in Cali overall?
Yeah, for sure. We're not going to let this game just define who we are. I mean, obviously, we played against a really good team, number 4 team in the nation. We wanted to win it. We didn't take care of business today, but we learned a lot from this entire weekend and saw that we belong. You let a team get out 9-0 and you're just the number 4 team in the nation, you can't recover from that. And then our weaknesses showed up today. They exposed us on the glass. And that's something that we talk about all the time as a group. So I feel like we grew from this weekend, and we're only going to get better. This is a new team, 13 new players. To get to the championship, not knowing each other, not being in a battle before until this weekend, with the best teams in the country. I'm really proud of the effort and looking forward to getting back to practice after Thanksgiving and enjoying this Thanksgiving.
Any questions for the players?
BJ, I was saying that the 27 or one of the driving forces behind Memphis, keeping things close in the first half. But can you just describe what it was like going up against and into the teeth of that Auburn defense, just with the size and the physicality they have?
Repeat that question one more time.
Just the size and physicality of their defense.
Yeah, that was a pretty good defensive team. I think it wasn't really our problem. I think the problem was just rebounding, but getting in the paint, I think we didn't really have a problem. I think we missed like a couple of bunnies we normally make, but it's just part of the game.
This is for Colby or BJ. You said rebounding was probably the biggest issue today. What was it that was making it so tough for you guys to hang with the last?
I mean, they're a big physical team. When they crash really hard. And you got to give credit to Broom, Caldwell, the other bigs. They kept the ball alive. We just didn't, we didn't match their physicality as we should. They kind of exposed us with that. So I give them credit, but we just got to be better at rebounding. We need all 5 to rebound, especially against a team like that kind of lives on the glass. But it's a good learning experience. I think we'll grow from this. So,
Yeah, I was going to ask BJ, do you share? Coach just said we're not going to let this game define us. We're only going to get better. Do you share that outlook after? This was a tough road trip, 4-game road trip at San Francisco, and then 3 here. You guys finished 3-1. It probably stings today, but I would think that you would take 3-1 on a road trip like this.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we played some top 10 teams. I mean, none of those games are easy. We fought hard. Came out last one lost, but at the end of the day, it's just one loss. We'll be back in the gym over break and just work on things we got to work on, and we'll be back for sure.
All right, I'll let the players go.
Oh,
Sorry.
For both guys, real quick, just tell me how much confidence do you guys leave Maui with?
I think we have a lot of confidence. Like Coach said, we're a new team. To make it to the championship against the 2 top 5 teams, that's something to really hang your head up about. I don't think we should leave here hanging our heads down, feeling like obviously we lost. There's no moral victories, but to go 3-1 on this road trip, I think this gives us a lot of momentum going into break. We just got to make sure we learn from this, grow from it, and just don't let this carry on for too long. I mean, it's just one game. We have a long season ahead of us, and as long as we're playing our best basketball in March, that's what really matters. So I think we just got to keep the main thing. Just enjoy this moment, go back home, regroup, and then just keep working.
All right, thanks guys.
Appreciate it.
Any questions for Coach Hardaway? Just a reminder, Penny was the 1992 non-invitational MVP, co-MVP with Bobby Hurley.
Coach, Hunter had a tough outing. What were they doing to kind of negate the offense?
Well, obviously, me being a basketball player that played at the highest level, I understood what they were going to do to PJ and Tyrese. They were going to make it hard. They were denying him the ball. Every time he drove, they were there to try to stop him. It was a total team effort, and I knew that was going to happen today because why wouldn't you when those were the 2 hottest guys in the tournament, PJ and Tyrese. So, we have to do a better job when we get back, just learning from everything that happened this this week, and just keep getting better. But I knew that they were going to do what they did today. Well, I would have done the same thing.
Penny, when you're going against a team like Auburn that lives inside, lives on the offensive glass, and you know that your team is a little bit thinner, in the front court, what do you go into a game like that? How do you prepare for that? How do you scheme against that? What do you do?
We had all the answers to the test before the game. We knew exactly how they were going to play. We played them 2 years ago with Janai Broome and Carwell, and the mentality has to be, that you're going to go into a fist fight, a bare knuckle fight. We knew that going in, but there's nothing you can do when that ball goes in there except for hit and box out, and we didn't. That 9-0 run to start the game pushed us pretty much out of reach the way they were playing, gave them the confidence, and they pushed away, and then we weren't rebounding. We went zone 4 possessions and stopped them, I think, all 4 times, and they got the rebound 3 out of 4, I think, and they made 2 threes in that possession, in those possessions. So no game plan can prepare you for that. Practice does, and now they know to take the rebounding. We talk about rebounding all the time because we know what it's going to come down to, protecting the ball, rebounding, and we just didn't do it today.
And kind of a follow-up to that, does what you saw today even maybe add a sense of urgency to add a player to get some more size on this team come December, or is that not the case?
Like I said, I've never shied away from saying that we wouldn't add someone if it was fitting. But Dane, Musa, and Nick, it has to start with those guys on the glass. They have to take everything personal, and then the guards have to rebound as well. And I think we will after this tournament because experience is the best teacher. They showed us how to get it done. Janai's been there 3 years. Carwell's been there 4 years. Those guys have paid their dues, and they've gone through their bumps and bruises. Now they came to win today, and we just couldn't overcome that.
Penny, right here. You mentioned you've obviously played Janai before, but how would you evaluate his performance today and the impact he obviously had?
Oh, way more locked in. When he first transferred to Auburn, he was probably a little distracted and thought it was going to be easier. I think he got a reality check of what it was like to come up, right? And then now he understands the lay of the land. He knows how serious he has to be. He knows he has to be a leader. And he's doing that now. There's a total difference from 2 years ago than right now with him.
Coach, after experiencing the Lahaina Civic for these last 3 days, how similar or different does your experience here this week compare to when you played here?
No, it was the same. Lahaina has always been great to all the teams coming over. They show the appreciation from first day, and they come out and they support. And that's a great thing, man. They want to keep. You can tell they want this tournament back here, like after the wildfires, and that it belongs here, and that it'll be here for a lot longer. And we're happy to come every time because it's such a beautiful place with beautiful people.
Penny, if there are people out there who are thinking they're having flashbacks to last year in the Bahamas, beating Michigan and Arkansas and losing this kind of way to Villanova, why is this different than that? Why is this not that at all?
You're getting into 2 championship games against 2 really good teams. Villanova was hungrier than us. It came down to one-on-one kind of basketball like we kind of did today. It was kind of similar, but you can only, as a coach, you can put the guys in position. And it came down to a rebounding game. They made a ton of threes on us in the Bahamas. They got really hot. Here, it came down to a rebounding game. And I'm going to always say that when you get a championship game, the ball can bounce any way, but you got to be able to rebound and box out. And so we get that mentality, which we didn't have that last year. We get that mentality, then we'll be champions instead of finishing runner-up. But this game is totally different from the Bahamas because they just got hot from 3. I think they made like 12 threes in the first half. This was just straight in a fight, a grinded out fight that we lost.
Penny, obviously this is the first time this season where your team's faced real adversity on the court. What did you see in the toughest moments of this game from your team in their response to this? And how does that compare to last year?
It wasn't a good response. It was basically, you got to think these young men have nerves. They haven't been here as a group. It's a new team. It's the beginning of the season. And it's like Jason said, it's early. And if we would have said we'd have been 3-1 in that stretch instead of 1-3 or 0-4 or something like that, then we'd be very disappointed. But to be 3-1 on this stretch, there's nothing to be ashamed of. But what I saw was that a nervous team that didn't take the challenge to hit and box out. If you hit and box out this game, the game's totally different. You got to be able to do that against teams like this.
Anything else for Coach? All right, Coach, thanks for being here.
Thank
Safe
you.
travels.
Thank you.